Used to bag work about an apartment 5B.
You're now tuned into the Apartment 5B podcast, where we chop it up about hip-hop, R&B, sports, love and life. Hosted by Kill.
What's good? Y'all tuning in to the Apartment 5B podcast hosted by your man Kel. I got my squad up here in effect with me tonight. I got my brother JR. This dude been ghost for a minute. What's going on, fam?
I'm back. What's going on? What's up?
JR.
Alright, back like new crack.
That's on the Motown picture on IG.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, he inspired me to put this shirt on today, man.
I see.
That's what it is. I got my brother Nick out in ATL. What's good, fam?
Ready to talk about Ralph, man. Saadiq.
Let's get it in. I got my man Vern. What's good, baby?
It's all love, man. Happy to be here. This is a good diversion from a hectic, stressful day.
I'm telling you.
You ain't said nothing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, hey, man, condolences.
Yeah, but the young dude that got murdered, man, it's messed up.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I've been with his family all day, just trying to help out with the, with the services they doing candlelight vigil tomorrow night. So you definitely appreciate that. So, like you said, bro, much needed discussion. I've been looking forward to all week. Y'all know me. I gotta get right into it. I don't want to be BSing too long. Today, ever since P died, I'm trying to do at least one salute show a month. So God forbid, the next time we lose a legend, because we will. Prayerfully, we would have been, giving them his roses, him or her, their roses before they pass and everything like that. So we're trying to do one salute show a month. And a minute ago, I had an epiphany. I'm not going to get into what the epiphany is until later. But the show today, we're going to be saluting Raphael Saadiq. Definitely one of my favorite producers. Definitely one of the dopest producers over the past 30 years, easy. So just gonna be talking about Tony Tone, his Lucy Pearl stuff, his solo stuff, the stuff he's produced for other people, because it's a lot of people out there who don't know that probably some of their favorite songs was produced by Saadiq like that. So we're gonna get into some of his discography and everything like that. But let's do this. JR, you the first one back. You were the R&B guru of the crew, the soul music guru of the crew. We're gonna start with you. When is the first time you heard Raphael Saadiq? And when is the first time you were like, oh shit, this dude is dope? And it may have been the same time. I know for me, myself, it was two different times.
Yeah, me too.
For you, when is the first time you heard of Saadiq? And then when's the first time you was like, yo, this dude?
Actually, the first time I heard Saadiq when I was 2 years old. And yes, and I remember this. It's crazy. And my mother brings this up every time. My first song I ever learned was Little Walter off the Who album.
Okay.
So my mom said I used to just sing the chorus all the time, and it used to get on her nerves. So finally, once I really got into the music and Mom really got me into it. Once I heard the Sons of a Soul album, I was like, Raphael Saadiq is a problem. Like, this dude, songwriting, production, everything, he's dope. And ever since then, I've been following, since 93 until now, I've been following Raphael Saadiq. And that's why he's one of my favorites of all time.
All right, no doubt. I'm still stuck that you was two, but that's a whole nother story in itself. But, just makes me feel older every day. But it's all good. Vern, what about you, fam? When's the first time you heard, and when's the first time you knew he was going to be a problem?
So I first got put on the Raphael Wiggins at the time when they dropped Baby Doll. Like, this is different. And what struck me about him was how quirky his lyrics were, man. But I became a fan of Saadiq and Tony. I never forget it. Showtime at the Apollo. I heard them singing "It Never Rains in Southern California." Now I love lyrics, so I'm like, man, how are they singing "It Never Rains in Southern California"? The first thing that grabbed me was the violin. And then just those lyrics. I mean, it may be cold on the East Coast, but on the other side of town, I'm like, all right. Now I know it was other cats in the group, but Raphael struck me as the leader. His voice just stood out. And the crazy thing about him, man, like Raphael ain't no singer, but the chances that he takes, you know, the risk that he takes and how he puts his lyrics together, I was like, yeah, this dude is dope, man. I need to check for him. That's when I became a fan of him and Tony Toni Tone.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. You take us back to Showtime at the Apollo.
Showtime.
Yeah. All right, Nick, what about you, bro?
For me, it was a little later, man. It was this album right here.
Mm-hmm.
My pops used to, like, my dad, I'm a music head because of my pops. And like when he loved the song, he would play the same song over and over all day. So when It Feels Good came out, I heard that song like 24 hours, like from the time I got up, went to school. When he came back from work at night, he put it right back on. So you just hear it all day. So from that moment, It Feels Good is when I first became aware of Tony Toni Tone, because I didn't know the individual members of the group. I was only like 10 or 11 when they came out. So that was the first time for me.
All right. And for me, same thing like JR, except I wasn't 2, is Little Walter. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, I thought it was corny. You know, I thought it was corny. I was like, wasn't Sinbad in the video or something?
Mm-hmm. He was, yep.
I was like, yo, this is corny. I don't even know what this is. Then, you know, Feels Good came out, and I was like, yo, this is dope. But I'm like Vern, when It Never Rains came out, like, I think I was in like 9th grade, so it's like 88, 89, and it was just such a dope song. And like exactly what Vern was saying, just the whole lyrics and everything, like you said, on the other side of town, It Never Rains. And I never really got it. I ain't know nobody from Cali. I ain't know what he was even talking about or whatever with that. But I was like, yo, this is dope. And then, you know, when they came out with Whatever You Want, I was just like, this was stupid, you know, with the little phone number, you know, call me. You know what I mean? Like with the phone number, Joe, I was like, oh, okay, that's dope. So that's the first time I heard of him. Of course, was with the Tonys. But again, just like y'all, I didn't know the individual members. I think I finally heard his name, Raphael Saadiq, off of the Higher Learning soundtrack with Ask of You.
There you go.
Yeah. That's when I first like heard, because my homegirl was like, yo, you heard the new Raphael Saadiq? I was like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Who that is, exactly.
You know what I mean? She was like, nah, the dude from Tony Toni Tone. And I was like, nah, I ain't heard. She was like, yo, you gotta hear it. And this ain't even a chick who was even big on music. So I was like, this song gotta be crazy if you like.
She like that, yeah.
Me in my head, like, yo, you gotta hear this. And I heard it, and I was like, yeah, this Ask of You was like, you know, my joint. Again, just timeless. And the funny thing is, even then, I thought Saadiq was still a cornball. Like, I'm looking at him with the dreads and the braces. I'm like, yo, this dude, dope song, but dude, corny as hell. Like, what's good with dude, but yo, he make dope music. But so that's when, from that point on, that's when I was like, yo, this dude Saadiq is a problem. Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So because and I'm learning more and more every day on Twitter, it's a blessing that so many people, some dude just inboxed me today, my man, just saying like, yo, for everything you do for me, Kill, I want to make you a hoodie or whatever. And I'm like, bro, I ain't do nothing. He was like, yo, just the shows and the inspiration and the music and y'all debates, like, yo, it just, you know, gets me through my day. I'm like, yo, salute. So again, I have to remember a lot of people do, because a lot of times when we just talking, I think it's just the 4 of us, you know what I mean? It just kind of feels like that, but it's a blessing that people watch the show and younger people watch the show. So just for people who may not be up on Saadiq, you're talking about a person who was in Tony Toni Tone, who was in Lucy Pearl, who is a solo artist and who has done production for a whole array.
A whole lot of people, yeah.
So to kind of dive in, I want to kind of first touch on, like, what are like 3 of your favorite Tony Toni Tone songs and why? So JR, we'll start off with you. 3 of your favorite Tony Toni Tone songs.
Well, Lil Water, I have that because it's the first song I know. The Blues, I love that off the Revival. That is my joint right there. And House Party.
The House Party joint. Yeah,
that's my joint right there. Like, anytime I hear that, it's a rap. Like when I did in my video, yo, like I love that. Anytime I hear it, it's a rap. Like it's going down, yo. So those are my top 3.
All right. Oh, I'll even push it a little bit more. I didn't know if cats have 5, you know, 5.
Yeah, thank you.
Man, yeah, I got 5. 5 is the magic number. We ain't day live. 5 is the magic number.
Okay. All right. So then I got Tell Mama from the Sons of Soul.
Tell me, mama. Yeah.
And then I got 5 is Thinking of You off House of Music.
Yeah.
So those are my 5.
Yeah.
No doubt. What about you, Vern? What you got?
All right, I gotta go with what made me fall in love with them. So It Never Rains, and then whatever you want. And I got 2 that most people won't think about. Casaliers, I love that song off of Sons of Soul. Yeah. And then the Fender Rose on Fun. I love, bro. I believe the Gates of Heaven, they're gonna be playing the Fender Rose. You know what I mean? I just love that sound. And then for number 5, I'm gonna say "Loving You," bro, off of House of Music.
House of Music, yeah.
That it was like I think an ode to Maurice White and them, man. It's so funky. So that's my 5. I could give you another 10.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go with those 5.
All right, no doubt. What up with you, Nick?
Yeah, like you said, It Never Rains. That gotta be one. Off the Sons of Soul. It's My Ex-Girlfriend is a hoe. That joint. I also like the what's the other joint? They got a joint called Tony's and the Wrong Key.
Yes, yo.
That's my joint. That's my
drunk
joint.
as hell on that song.
Exactly. Nice joint. Off the house. This joint right here.
Yes, sir.
You got the Let's Get Down with DJ Quick and the Top Notch joint. I gotta go because I gotta make a stop. If I hit the strip, I could grab a Top Notch. I like this song. That's my joint.
Yeah,
that's my joint.
What you over there pouting for, bro?
I do not like Let's Get Down at all.
Oh, he don't like that.
You know the wild part is? When it dropped, I hated it. But now I love it. We got to do a show on that, on song.
Yeah.
And it's not like I loved it because it was on the radio. I'm not talking about like go from hate to love like that. But I think a lot of times, I know for me, it's like what I'm expecting. I always get the analogy. If you out at dinner and you ask for a Sprite and the way to give you a water, ain't nothing wrong with the water, but your mouth is ready for that
Sprite.
And I just wasn't, when it comes to Tony, I'm always thinking soul and smoothness. Let's Get Down with Quick. I didn't like it. But once I kind of got my mind out of what I thought they were gonna do, like I love this. Is actually one of my favorite songs now, which is Bug.
Cause to me, DJ Quick is so musical. He's beyond rap.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, very true.
But now I want to hear why JR don't like it. I want to hear that.
It's just something for me. Like I know they will. You know how when your first single off your next album is kind of ready.
I know what you're saying.
I got you.
It's like you coming off Sons of Soul, and I get that. It's like that couldn't be like the second single or something. Like
I got you.
Like nah, like and I hear it now. I think it's so corny to me. I don't know. Like it's just like
it's like it's a cheap pop.
That's a dud for me. Everybody like it. And I used to hate it when it was on Planet Groove and it was like #1 every week. I'm like, come on, yo. Like this is whack, yo.
Planet Groove, wow, man, you taking us back.
Yeah, yo.
That's crazy.
But I get him with the lead off single. I get it.
Yeah, with my 5 for Tony's. Here's the crazy one, man. I love this song, man. Off the Boys in the Hood soundtrack, Just Me and You.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Anniversary, man. Anniversary. I'm sure it's not the first song. It's probably one of the first songs I heard where they literally just made the played the regular version and the instrumental just came right along after it.
It's like 9 minutes long.
Yeah, like 9 minutes. I remember, man. That song made me feel chemistry in college, because I'd be sitting there with my Discman on. Discman. We go way back. I'd be in class with my Discman on, just in the zone, listening to Anniversary on repeat, not paying a damn attention to whatever my teacher was saying. But, again, just like Vern was saying, it's not the greatest songwriting. And the funniest thing is I saw Saadiq out here in DC at the Black Cat. I think when what was the joint? The Way I Seen It dropped back in 2004, and he was saying in concert, like he was like, I'm not the dopest songwriter, you know, like he kind of struggles with that. So, you know, it's just Anniversary is just one of those songs that you think about, like just throughout the span of music, you know, and JR, again, being a musical guru, could probably tell us, I just don't remember there being another song about an anniversary that you would think that, you know, that would have been something that would have been made in the 60s or the 70s or something like that. So just the fact when you make those again, and you're going to keep hearing timeless music, you know, throughout this show, is just when you can make a song like Anniversary, you just know that's going to get played all the time. Every time it's somebody's anniversary, playing it, they're going to dedicate it to their wife or their husband or whatever, you know, whatever. So Anniversary is one of it. Of course, It Never Rains, but they have a live version that was on the 12-inch, which the live version to me is just is crazy, just because the live band behind them just takes it, you know, to another level. So I got Just You and Me, Anniversary, It Never Rains, Wild Child off of this joint right here. Man. Like Nick just had up, man. This is probably like just Saadiq at his greatest, and just like I think Vern said, Loving You, man. I love that joint on here, man. Like, you know, just a classic joint. So while we still on the Tonys, what is y'all favorite Tony Tone album? JR, what's yours?
Sons of Soul.
Sons of Soul.
Yes, sir.
All right. What about you?
Yes.
Nick, same as you?
Same thing right there.
Yeah. Sons of Soul, yeah. Dope album. What about you, Vern?
Sons of Soul. And it's a story behind it too. It's a date stamp for me. That's a great time in my life, man. We were trying to get in the music game. Me and my two homies flew out to LA. You know, we knew a cat that was out there doing some stuff, man. We ride around LA with that on. When we got back to Atlanta, we were in a condo with Bernadette, the drummer from Climax, just trying to write songs. She had a girl group next door doing some stuff. One of the drummers ended up playing for a lot of people, and Tim and Bob, producers, was in the other room, man. And we used to just bump Tony all the time. That album, the Sons of Soul album, man. So it just takes me back to a great time in my life, man.
All right. Same here, because that's my uncle had got married like shortly after that album dropped, so it just it was perfect for that moment. So I remember hearing that album all the time.
Yeah, that's dope. I gotta be the odd man out and go with House of Music.
Dope.
One of the things for me and JR always get into this, I always say, man, I really didn't like R&B music like that. I was always hip hop. The only time I did R&B was for my slow jam tapes. That was it. R&B was strictly about trying to get some. And that was really
savage.
Minded, dude. You see what I'm saying?
Kill is a savage.
What'd you say, JR?
A young-minded savage. That's
savage. Kill one of them cats. Like when I was in high school, when the Maxwell dropped, ain't nobody listening to no R&B except when they was trying to get the ladies, and they played the Maxwell because they knew it was gonna work.
Right. That's it. And it wasn't until, like, I mean, of course, it was always Joe to see, like, I rock with, but it wasn't until D'Angelo with Brown Sugar, like, that I really like, okay, this nigga, it's almost like an Iverson thing. Like, you know, Cass was like, okay,
he looked like us. Yeah.
Right, he looked like us. You know, this nigga talking about weed, this nigga talking about killing somebody, burning up in his girl, like, okay.
I can relate to him.
The other R&B, like with Joe, it was always that nut shit, you know, what your man won't do.
Right. Yeah, let me rub your feet.
Yeah, babyface. You're not gonna get something if you paying somebody rent. Like, you ain't. Like,
that's a prostitute.
Exactly. It's like dudes was begging all the time. Like, yo, oh, he won't wash dishes, I'll do it. I'm like, yo, that's that. Why want to hear that? You know, so when I heard the end, I was like, yeah, okay. You know what I mean? But this album to me was what really brought me into soul music. Like, really made me a lover of it. You know, Cass could see all the records behind me. My homegirl Maya used to always get on me because she'd be at the crib with me making beats, and I would just put the needle on and then throw the record away if it ain't have nothing. She like, yo, you know, that's such and such. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just trying to make beats. And she was the one who really got me to start listening to it.
Yeah.
And that's something that a lot of diggers try to act like they know all these records. Yo, the majority of diggers don't know shit about these records. They act like they do, you know, but they really don't. So like after Maya did that, I was like, okay, let me really start respecting.
Listen.
And then the music that I'm trying to sample from and everything like that. So this
not
album we said.
Not the sidetrack, but a quick Dilla story. Rest in peace to the great. He had an interview where he was saying that like he would make songs and people like, where you get that from? And he'll show them the record. They'd be like, I got that. I said, y'all cats don't listen to the record. He said, I just listen to the whole record and I'm finding stuff like, how do y'all got that record and you ain't sampled this? Because cats ain't listening to the record. They just like skipping around. If they don't find that, they just put it to the side.
And that's exactly what I was doing. It's like, give me the first 10 seconds, I don't hear nothing. Throw that needle in the middle. Gotta move. You know what I mean? Especially when dudes, I mean, I'm in college, I got class, I got a 9 to 5. So, you know, it's a blessing if you can just sit back and put a record on.
Play it. No doubt.
But yeah, this is the same thing like y'all. This just holds that special place because I'm listening to this like, God, this is just some beautiful music on here from beginning to end. I mean, Holy Smokes and G Wiz.
I love that song, bro.
Yeah, this is just, if y'all want some beautiful music in your life, this is it. I mean, you can't go wrong with Sons of Soul. You can't go wrong with the Revival. You can't go wrong with Tony Toni anywhere if you're trying to get some good music in your life. So let's take it to the next level. We got Lucy Pearl with Saadiq, with Ali, and Dawn from him. Fife wanted to smash. God bless the dead. What did y'all think of that album? You know, it got a lot of mixed reviews. I really liked it. A lot of people like, I wasn't really feeling it. But with JR, what did you think of the Lucy Pearl?
I thought it was cool. I thought it was hot. Like when they first came with Dance Tonight, I was like, whoa. I heard it. I was like, me and Moms heard it, and we was like, yo, what? They got together? So when I heard it, I liked it. I thought it was dope, but like you said, when it first came out, it got a lot of mixed reviews. People wasn't feeling it like that, but I thought it was dope. To be honest with you, I like it. I still play it now, so I like it. So
right. What about you, Nick?
Same. I liked it. I mean, like when the lineup was first announced, I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work. You know, Ralph, Ali, Dawn. But when I heard, like, the only song I don't like is the one song that got rapping on it. They got like Q-Tip and Snoop on it. Right. That's like the only song.
I don't like that either. Yeah.
But outside of that, it's a tight album to me.
Right. What about you, Vern?
I'm the odd man out, man. I mean, it was cool, but I could live without it, to be honest with you.
All right. Yeah, and for me, I actually love this album, man. Like, I mean, because cats know.
Yeah,
it's always the beats for me first.
Exactly.
You start off with Trippin', Every Day,
the La La La,
Hollywood. Like the top 10 are like perfect to me.
Remember the Time?
Yes.
The top 10 is like perfect, and then I love at the end when he got the marching band doing dance. Dance tonight. You know what I mean? So very dope album to get on if cats don't know. And then more than anything, and I'm gonna get into it a little bit later, I don't know how Saadiq does it. Yo, his bass playing. Like, I don't know other bass player that just brings, I don't know if it's how he mixes it. I don't know if it's,
I think it's the mixing.
Yeah, it may be the mixing, it may be, you know, the bass lines he comes up with, but every song just always has this incredible bass line. Yes. You know, like even when I was listening to Solange's album, I didn't know Saadiq had anything to do with it. And I'm just listening. I'm like, yo, this bass is great. Like, whoever's playing a bass. So then when I heard Saadiq, I was like,
that's what made me check the album. Cause I was like, I ain't the biggest Solange fan, but when I found out he had his hands in it, I said, anything he touched, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna at least give it a spin.
Right. All right, well, let's do this. While we on, let's go into some of Saadiq's solo stuff before we start digging into the stuff he's doing for other people. JR, what is your favorite Saadiq solo album and why?
The Way I See It. That's my favorite. It will remain my favorite because it gives me 60 stacks and Motown hands down. I would have loved to be in the studio while he was making that. Like, that album is incredible from beginning to end. Like, that, and it was so underrated, yo. Like, for real. Like, it's so underrated. Like, I'm like, love that girl. Sometimes Take a Walk. You know what I'm saying? The joint with Stevie, like, that joint is incredible. Like, I don't understand how it was so underrated, but it is what it is. But that album is my favorite. I can play that with me, my mom, my grandparents. We can play it for everybody, and it's dope. So that will remain my favorite, though. So.
And you know the thing I love about the way I see it, because at the time, you know, I think a lot of people really weren't on it because, you know, you always got these fads in R&B, and around that time, everybody was doing R. Kelly was doing the '60s thing. That was just a fad at the time. But I was telling my man the other day, the thing with Saadiq is, I think that's just natural to him. Like, that's not a fad. And the thing is that so many other people were trying to recreate that.
Right.
Whereas for me, Saadiq was creating it. You know, like, these songs sound legitimately like they were created in the '60s. You know what I mean? I know I got it around here somewhere. I think this joint, this EQ magazine, with Saadiq just talking about how he was doing the stone rolling. I mean, you're talking about getting the vintage equipment, you know, with R. Kelly, no diss to the boy like that, but he's doing string arrangements on a keyboard.
That's why it should be sounding flat.
Flat. You can't be doing no string arrangements if you're doing '60s soul with keyboard. Like, you R. Kelly, bring in an orchestra, you know, but I don't never feel like Saadiq is like he's still doing that. You know what I mean? So I feel you. But I think that's why a lot of people weren't really into it like that, because it kind of
it did come out in like 2008, so it was kind of like everybody was on that, you know,
the throwback soul type of
starting to come in, and everybody was moving that way. So I guess the label didn't really know what to do with it. So I guess it just went on Raphael's name, figuring that the fans would go out and get it. But that is the shit.
You're right. What about you, Vern?
I'm gonna go with Instant Vintage, man. I mean, you tell me a song where the tuba is rocking.
Right.
I mean, he's incredible, man. His joint with D'Angelo, you know, I could go on and on, man. Just Raphael, man, his voice, you could tell. I'm a church boy, and you could tell by his instrumentality that he was raised in the church, and he's funky on all kind of instruments. It's just in him, man. And so his musicality comes out strong in this to me. And like y'all was saying, a lot of cats on all the other albums, they went back to that quote unquote vintage soul, but that's where Raphael lives, bro. That's who he is, and it comes out, man. So I'm gonna go with Instant Vintage.
And look who the fuck decides
big homie.
Keep me down for long.
The sense
like
you looking like the great wise one.
Yo, you on the road, man?
No, man. I'm in Northern California, and it's cold. I'm outside right now. It's cold out this year. What is going down? I had to look, man. I might only be here for a minute, but I had to make this real quick because Kill has said some old crazy shit, like he always do. Always starting controversy. This cat calls me to talk about, yo, Raphael Saadiq is the greatest producer of all time. What? So where are we at in the conversation? Because I heard somebody.
Yo, hold tight. Let me say something, because I told them about how you were stalking me the other day. You said
I did. He came on Twitter. I ain't seen Ev on Twitter.
Yeah, I said,
I did. And I don't do Twitter.
Exactly. I said this nigga really upset. I'm gonna stand firm to what I started with. But we ain't even get there yet.
Wait. Stand firm to what? To him being the greatest producer of all time?
All time, B.
Yo, you know what, man? You know what, man? You a wild dude. You a real wild dude. You just like controversy. So
no,
you're saying,
you don't like controversy, B. Did you do your homework on James yet?
Of course. Look, man. I'm a James dude. I ain't got to go back to study James. I already know James. But outside of James, you're saying Raphael Saadiq. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I know this sometimes I'm over.
Yeah, you
yes, sir.
Now you're saying Raphael Saadiq is a better producer than Stevie Wonder, is a better producer than Prince. This is what you're saying by making the statement. Why you say all time? That's why I say this is the most.
Till the end of the show, but thanks for coming in so we can make this thing. I was waiting till the end, but listen. But before you come in, so people understand, my thing was this: we all have different definitions of what makes best for us.
Here we go. Here we go.
No, time out. Because when F told me his top 5 greatest MCs, I was looking sideways. But then when he explained to me what he looks for in an MC, it made sense to me. So my thing is this. There's no other producer that for the past 30 years, most people have a time span. RZA may have had 93 to 97. Primo may have had this to that. James Brown, as much as the man is one of the greatest, had a fucking time span. And we're not going to act like fucking Living in America, that shit off of Rocky IV was really funky. We're not going to do that. James, there was a stop time for
you notice I didn't even say James, but we can have that conversation too. But go ahead. I'm listening.
With Stevie. Let's not act like songs, not songs again. Like in Squared Circle was the shit. That was it wasn't. So everything. Everybody has a stop sign. So like I asked you the other day, give me a producer who can say they've been in demand for 30 years.
You're saying Raphael Saadiq has been in demand for 30 years. Is that what you're saying?
You asked me the other day. Listen,
wait. I just want to make sure. No. Let's answer this question. You're saying, forget the Grammy. I'm saying for 30 years. We're saying from the start of his career.
Billboard hits the other day. Now
listen to wait. No. I'm just going off the statement that you made. You're saying that Raphael Saadiq has been in demand for 30 years.
Yes. Facts.
So everything that he's done has been phenomenal.
To me, it has. I'm not talking about record sales.
All right, so now I'm all right.
Number one single.
I'm not talking about record sales either. Okay. I'm talking about, you're saying in demand, and in demand means you're at the top of your game for the last 30 years. For a second. Now I'm going to pose the question to the rest of the logical folks.
I asked you a question, and you know, bro. I said,
what's your question?
Name a producer who has been in demand for 30 years.
Well, first, before I answer that question, and I will. No. Listen to me. You asked me. I will answer your question. You have to give.
And then you can talk.
Okay. Listen. In order for me to answer that question, that means that Raphael Saadiq holds up to that caliber of what you're stating. Number one, he does not. But number two, someone that has been in the game for 30 years, been in the game. Because really what you're talking about has been in the game for 30 years. Not in demand.
Not in the game for 30 years.
Well, if that's the case, there's no one. There's no one. Because Raphael Saadiq damn sure hasn't been in demand for 30 years. So there's no one there.
So you saying the revival album?
I'm saying Raphael Saadiq got duds. And if you got duds, you're not in demand.
And so the fuck does James and Stevie and Prince.
But did I say James, Stevie, or Prince has been in demand for 30 years? I did not make that statement. That's the statement that you made.
He got duds. What's the duds? What's the duds he got?
Let's pull up his discography. I'll tell you what the duds are. Because truth be told, Raphael's last album is not a banger from top to bottom. It's not a banger, period. It's not a banger, period.
Oh, it's not a banger?
It is not a banger, period.
JR, what do you think about Stone Rolling? JR, what do you think about
Don't bring us in. We want to hear the OGs. Go.
Nah. He want to hear the
about Stone Rolling? Honestly, you want my opinion about Stone Rolling? It's not one of my favorite Saadiq albums, though.
No,
so it's not in demand. Come on, Kill. So it's not in demand.
I
didn't say it was a dub. I did not say it was a dub.
You said it wasn't banging.
I said it's. So how does a banger makes it a dub? That's
okay. I'm sorry.
You're going to the extreme.
But Stone Rolling not a banger? Was it not good?
I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it wasn't all that to me.
What about you?
Thank you.
That's the last banger.
Yeah,
but
the way I see it, yes.
Like when you say in demand, because Ralph he doesn't work a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as doing whole projects.
Right.
He's done songs here and there. But the Salon, just like the first time in a minute that he's
done the whole album. Thank you.
And Raphael is definitely underrated. Like he doesn't
definitely
with a lot of people. Like people don't really know him mainstream-wise.
But not in demand.
Well, see, here's the thing. Before you came in and before we started the show,
but let me
saying that shit isn't as asinine as you think it is.
Oh, what you talking about? What did you say?
I just said that everybody up here just said me saying he's the best ever.
It's not like it's out of the question. I mean,
no, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that Raphael Saadiq is a better producer than Stevie Wonder?
I never said that. What I said is,
come on.
It's not,
This is the statement. All time means everybody.
Well, let me ask you this then: Who is your Mount Rushmore then? Because I'm saying
to me to me that's too much of a bro. I would never make a statement like there's one person that's better than all time.
Make the statement. That's why I'm me. I'm the type of nigga who gonna say some shit that I feel.
So, but you are asking me the question.
Singer album, I got a best whatever album.
But you are asking me the question, right?
Yeah.
So if you're asking me the question, I can't give you an answer to that type of question because to me the question itself is answered. I would never say there's one person that's greatest of all time. That's just and one. If I did say that, it definitely would not be Raphael.
But here's the thing. And you know it's all up. If you wouldn't make that statement, then you wouldn't be part of the conversation. Like if you don't say, if you say, "Kill," I don't do the GOAT conversations. I wouldn't call you to be on the show. We have the GOAT conversation because you don't do that.
Oh no, yes, without question. But I definitely wouldn't say it's Raphael Saadiq. If I was pressured to say something like that, it would be more of a Prince or Stevie Wonder. It wouldn't be a Raphael Saadiq. That's just crazy.
Right, but what I'm saying is, you just said that's like me saying, you know what? I don't talk about wrestling, and now I'm on a wrestling podcast. Like, well, you're gonna be the odd man out because you don't do wrestling.
I'm just waiting for the point.
So would he be on your Mount Rushmore?
That you're saying you don't make statements like the greatest ever, right? Well, I do. So of course we're gonna disagree, and we're gonna disagree whoever I say, because you don't make those statements. That's what you said.
That's not why we're disagreeing, though. That's not why we're disagreeing. It's because
that's cool. We're gonna
who you chose to put into that position.
Make that statement. If you don't make those statements, then we're gonna
understand what I'm saying. I got you. Hear me out. Okay. That's not why we're disagreeing. The reason why we're disagreeing is not because of the statement itself. It's because of the person you put into that position.
That's why people disagree, because I'm saying this.
Let's go to the rest of the panel then. Is anybody else on this panel agree that Raphael Saadiq is better than Stevie Wonder and Prince? Just not you, Kill. Let me ask the rest of the panel.
All right, go ahead.
For me, I'm saying for me, he's in my top 3. That's for me.
Right.
That's me.
Yeah, he's definitely in my top.
He's in my top 3, and I think y'all having a conversation of favorite and best.
Right.
Well, my conversation is always about best. It's always because that was the statement that was made.
I would say he's better than Stevie because of the impact that Stevie's albums had in the 70s. I'll say that Ralph has never made albums on that level.
So the statement itself is inaccurate. That's what I'm trying to get to. You can't make it such a blanket statement as, oh, Raphael Saadiq is greatest producer of all time. And then
why is it a blanket?
In order for him to be that.
If I said Prince was, we wouldn't be having this argument. Why is it a blanket statement?
Oh, it probably wouldn't be. It wouldn't be as deep because it definitely.
No, bro. You said,
but I still wouldn't agree with you.
The blanket statement is fill in the blank is the best ever. That's the blanket statement. So if I said Prince, if I said Stevie, if I said James, that's still a blanket statement. You just said you can't even make a blanket statement. Which one is it?
Raphael Saadiq. Not with Raphael Saadiq.
What is he? I mean, is he whack to you?
No. He's super dope, without question. But I would never sit there and say that he's the best of all time. You're talking about production.
JR just said he's top 3. JR said he's top 3. Nick, where do you have? Because
he's top 3 for me too. But another Ev older than me. I'm only 38.
But see, here's the thing. Top 3, guess what? That's still knocking out some of your favorite people.
Up until the...
But what I'm saying is top 3 is still knocking out some of your favorite people. That's why somebody may say, Kill, you know what?
But that top 3 is not your statement that...
Well, cool. Here's the beautiful thing about
it. You can't go back and
here's the beautiful thing. And you know,
I was right.
I don't give a fuck if nobody agree with me. I could care less. So it's not about going down the panel and getting more...
But what we got from our phone conversation. We got to from our phone... So you're saying... So you're going back from our phone conversation. So you're saying at the end of our phone conversation, he was like, you know what? Nah, maybe he's not the best of all time. Now you're going back.
You said Prince. I kind of fell back. I fell back.
Now you went back on the bandwagon. You back on it.
I'm not on the bandwagon because don't nobody agree with me, right?
No, I'm not saying the bandwagon. I said this, bro. You back
on me by myself. It's me by myself where I like to be. I like
it's
being
not the bandwagon. It's the drug. I'm not saying bandwagon. I'm saying drug because it got to be crack.
It's the drug. You know what? Like that. You know I work in DC. They do both out here. They do PCP, where they get the marijuana and then go off and do it.
So I've been in the hood. Which one are you doing? Is it PCP?
I've been in the hood.
Is it meth? It's something.
Yeah.
I've been in the hood too long. All it is, bro, is you think it's an asinine statement, and I respect your opinion on that. I respect that you think it's crazy. I respect that you think I'm on drugs. I respect the fact that you think I've lost my mind. I respect all that. In the same way, you should be able to respect the fact that that's how Kill feels. And
I'm not going to change your feeling, but I think it's crazy. I think you're on crack.
Okay.
I think it's a couple of drugs in your system.
I got you.
And so because to say that Raphael Saadiq is a better producer than Prince, I think it's kind of crazy.
Okay.
But, I'm not here to change your thought. I'm just here to say that to make a statement like that, you have to be on drugs.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, Kendrick Lamar is in your top 5 MCs of all time. I think that's a drug.
But we're not having a Kendrick Lamar
conversation. When you're
conversation.
our age. If a young 30-year-old said Kendrick Lamar top 5, I would say I get it. But when you our age,
I mean,
do
you want me to explain why? But that's a different conversation. It's not the MC show that we're doing right now. This is the Kill.
But all I'm saying is that's your opinion. That's your opinion, and it's cool.
I'm not here to change your opinion. I'm just here to say to make a statement like that.
Everybody,
it's crazy. I'm just saying it's a drug. It's a drug statement.
Ev is here to say I'm crazy and I'm on drugs. Everybody, I'm on drugs. Call my supervisor. Get me dropped on Monday. Get me drug tested. It's bad.
Oh, you need a couple tests. Need a couple tests.
We disagree. All right, now let's get back to the show. Let's get back to where we were before Ev came in here, just jumped me and sucker punched me, and then got me jumped by some West Side Crips. Okay, let's get back to it. Now, Ev, since you just do you have any favorite Saadiq songs anywhere? Maybe 1, 2.
You said favorite Raphael Saadiq songs?
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2.
Let's get this clear. I think Raphael Saadiq is a phenomenal producer, without question. I don't think he's the greatest of all time. I would just make that statement. I think there's tons of stuff that he's done. I think Instant Vintage is a classic to this day. I was not a fan of his last joint, but I think still to this day, Instant Vintage is probably one of his best all-around projects that I've heard him do, outside of all the other cameo stuff that he's done on D'Angelo, on the stuff that he's done with Solange. I think he's, as far as production, he is definitely underrated, and definitely ahead of the curve. But the best of all time, I would never say that.
All right, totally understand, bro. Totally understand. You hanging out with us, or you back to the hills of Southern Cal?
Look, man. I was gonna say something, but I ain't gonna say that. I'm just gonna be cool. I'm on the show.
Say it, please.
No. I'm just gonna be cool.
Now Nick, we argue, so come on, say it, bro.
That's what made me a fan. It was not even just the arguing, just the passion y'all have. That's what made me a fan of the show.
I mean, come on, y'all. Really, Raphael Saadiq, greatest of all time. Ain't nobody just look at.
Well, I'm gonna be honest.
Or the email like.
I knew this was coming when I saw the tweet.
When he said it last week.
When I saw him come on Twitter,
let Vern talk. Let Vern get it.
When Kill said it last week, I'm like, Raphael Saadiq. But then I started researching. Dude, his discography, the diverse people that he's worked with, it's not crazy to think that could be somebody's best of all time. That's all I'm saying about it. I mean, I don't necessarily agree, but he's up there.
Ev done left. Okay, cool.
No. I'm here. I'm back.
Quiet. All right. So that's the thing. We gonna get into that. We could just jump to that part now. So okay, JR. I was gonna save this till the end, but Ev brodied everything like a Philly nigga. Yo, he brodied everything.
I'm Philly.
JR, where does Saadiq land? Where do you put Saadiq in your R&B or best ever? Where do you rank him?
3.
Number 3. Okay, and who would be 1 and 2? If you don't mind me asking, or if you know.
My number 2 is Curtis Mayfield, and my number 1 is Holla Doja Holla.
Okay. What about you, Nick?
What's number 1?
Same.
Holla Doja Holla.
Educate me. Who is that?
That's
I need to learn.
Oh, that's Motown. The ones that did, Supreme.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. No doubt.
The one that laid the groundwork down.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Kill, what's your 3, Kill? I'm curious, Kill. What's your 3?
I thought
you know who your first is.
Killer. That's what I thought.
Well,
that's what I thought too. I heard that too. I heard that same story.
The beautiful thing about life. And when I started this whole show, I said I had an epiphany. That's usually what happens when there's somebody who don't believe in God and then they believe in God. They had an epiphany. They said, "Oh shit!" They woke up one day and was like, "Oh, let me go to church." That's what happens with epiphany.
Oh my God!
So
that's what you had.
It was the time my number 1 was Primo until I sat on the phone with him for 3 hours and he had me explain why Dilla was so dope. And then he ended the conversation with, "Well, why ain't Dilla your number 1?" And that's how Dilla became my number 1. I had an epiphany that Saadiq is my number 1. Guess what? I don't have a lot of epiphanies because that me and F conversation was 4 years ago. So it's not like I'm changing my mind every 2 days.
We did the Dilla show last year. Actually, was that this year in February?
Right, the Dilla show. That was before we even started live from the writers' bench. That was before the conversation.
You just did a Dilla show in February saying that Dilla was your number 1. We just did that show a couple of months ago. So you're saying from February to September, you went to Saadiq. That's what happened?
I'm sorry. Does anybody fuck up here know?
So we talking like for overall?
That's
all genres.
Overall, all genres.
Oh, nah,
yes, that's how crazy the statement is.
Well,
that's how. Thank you. That's why the statement is so crazy.
Okay,
Let's do a timeout because y'all know me. I was raised in radio. This right now ain't good radio. This is not good radio. So we got to get this back. People watching this, we got to string this back into good radio.
This show's gonna do numbers.
If I was watching this right now, I would have been turned the channel. Like, this shit just ain't good movement. This isn't. I don't want this to become, because none of these shows have ever been, let me try to convince or get other people or whatever on my side or on the other side. Everybody say how they feel. You can say I'm fucking crazy as an old rat. I don't care what you say. It's just, let's not do the whole, we gonna try to convince somebody to change sides and all that shit. Ev, you have said I'm
trying
crazy.
to convince you.
We got you. I'm on crack. Now, as we go down the line, everybody can say I'm on crack, but let's bring this back to being a salute show to see, because it's gotten way off that track, and I don't want that. So let's bring it back. Ev thinks I'm crazy. I'm wrong. JR, he said his 3 producers. Nick, we're on you. Who are your 3 producers?
But see, now we're talking like overall.
No, I think we should keep it to R&B because
that's what I'm saying. Because overall, as a hip hop head,
right? As much as y'all love Dilla, you can't tell me he in the top 5 or top 10 in R&B.
Right. All right, so let's keep it R&B. Nick, who are you?
Wait a minute. Wait. Then let me interrupt for a second, because when you say top producer of all time, you're talking all genres.
All genres.
Again,
I know. This is the question. This is the question, right?
It starts in like, where's Born to Jesus? Work with me.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. No. Because obviously there's a misunderstanding as far as what we're talking about. What are we talking about? We're talking genres, right?
Ask the question. This is what I'm saying to everybody who's watching, who's here. I feel Raphael Saadiq is the best producer ever. Hip hop, throw all of them in the one big bucket. That is what I feel. That's it. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is move on to the people so we can bring this back to the show. Nick, who are your top 3 producers? Whether you want to do all,
I'm still trying to get clarity. I don't understand why we're moving on. I'm still trying to get clarity from you.
Okay, so we're doing all time.
What clarity do you need, bro?
What are you talking about? Are you talking about across genres? Or are you talking about 1 or 2 genres?
We're talking across genres. Nick, who is your top 3 across every genre in the world?
It would be Stevie, Pete Rock, and Premier.
Okay, Vern, who was yours?
Man, well, I'm staying to what I brought to the table. I'm going soul R&B right now.
Word.
I'm gonna say, Nick J.I. said, Holland Doja, Holland. Prince is up there, Jam and Lewis is up there, and Saadiq is up there.
All right, cool. Now we're gonna go back to the show about what are your top 5 favorite Saadiq produced joints for other artists that he's done for other people. Okay. Ev, do you have any?
Nope, because I knew that was the question.
Okay, cool. JR, do you have any?
Yeah, I have 5.
All right, what you got?
All right, I got Kissing You by Total at number 5. I Found My Everything by Mary. I got 3, I got Fine by Whitney. 2, I got Big Old Game, Josh Stone and him. Number 1, I got Lady.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. Nick, what you got?
Yeah, the Kissing You joint by Total. The Lady joint by D'Angelo. The I normally leave a joint off. Are we gonna get to his soundtrack cuts too?
Yeah, I mean you can throw those in now. You can do that.
Okay. So the Get Involved joint he did with Q-Tip.
That's
for the PJs.
Myself. Oh.
And then the joint from the Higher Learning soundtrack.
The Ask of
You. Yep.
Ask of You, yeah. Those mine.
All right, no doubt. What about you, Vern?
All right, number 1 for me is Lady with D'Angelo. Love of My Life by Du.
Ooh.
He brought the funk out of Shantae Moore with that special.
Yeah.
Ain't Nobody Worrying Anthony Hamilton, and I ain't a Solange fan necessarily, but Cranes in the Sky. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is and Kill, you said this is just songs produced by him, but not
outside of
songs.
Yeah, like outside of his stuff. Like
okay, all right, I got you. Okay.
Like people didn't know that he did Brother for Andy Stone.
Yeah.
No, he did Love of My Life for Erykah Badu, or that he did Soul Sister for Bilal.
Right. Oh, okay, I got you. Because then I had one more. I was gonna say, where did you go? Where did we go off the Solange joint?
Yeah, that's one of my sleepers. That a lot of people.
Also the Marathon joint he did for Khalees.
I was just about to say that too.
Yeah.
All right. And for me, my top 5, I got Kissing You with the Total joint, which was crazy, which I thought was dope because when you look at that first Total album, it's really all Bad Boy. But then it's almost like Puff knew that he needed to get some soul or something in there.
A real song.
Right. You know, when you really think about that first Total album, you're talking about nothing but loops and breaks and all of that. And then here he comes with Do You Think About Us and Kissing You, which is like you said, Nick, that real stuff. Of course, Lady by D'Angelo. I mean, that right there is like, again, like I said earlier, all we're gonna talk about is like timeless music. These are timeless joints. Like I don't know any person where you could put on Lady and you either don't smile or there's not a feeling or emotion that comes with it. Untitled by D'Angelo. Like I just thought that was a monster that he did.
I forgot he did that one. Damn.
Yeah. You know, Untitled is the monster. Love of My Life, the Erykah Badu joint with Calm, which was crazy. And then like JR said, the Where Do We Go to Solange joint. You know, and one of the things that I love about Saadiq is outside of the bass playing, he doesn't really technically have a sound, which is why I think a lot of people don't know he's produced so much stuff. Because when you listen to Soul Sister, to me, it don't sound like Lady. And when you listen to Cranes in the Sky, it don't sound like Brother. And when you listen to You Are My Everything, it don't sound like, and you want to talk about a great album, that album, Josh Stone, that he did for Josh Stone, man, real dope.
Now, so did he do the What They Do joint for the Roots? Then he produced that?
I love that. That song. That was on my list. I didn't even say
that. That's another one.
Yeah.
That's dope. So, where does Saadiq rate for you, ever? Ev?
Yeah, I'm getting back.
I think he got cut off. I'm gonna hit him to try and get him back on. Wild show, yo. Whenever me and Ab go at it, this is what we do for hours. So that's why I'm like, it's good. And I told him, I said, we can do a show but I don't want it to interrupt the Salute show. I was like, let's do another show where we can argue about it.
Yeah, y'all need to do that.
Yeah, I don't want it to. I don't want that to fuck up the Salute because I feel like other people gonna be like, damn, man, just shit it on.
Or call me the next time y'all get on the phone call.
You know what I mean, man? It's like, for stuff like that, I feel like it's like back when you was a kid and you wanted to play for the Royal Rumble. Like, if you want to see me and Ev argue, I got episodes of me and Ev arguing. I just don't want it to mess up the show or whatever like that. See, this nigga done fucked up my head now. I'm all over the place now. But back to that. So, we said Instant Vintage for that. What do y'all think is one of the things that makes Saadiq so dope? And just so that people understand, when I say he's been in demand for 30 years, I've been married 17 years. Trust me, we all have different definitions for the same word. Right. When I say
you've been consistent as hell.
Yeah. When I say in demand, I say he's been making great music. Whether I'm not saying he's Prince and he pumps out 20 albums a year. Because let's see, I'm that nigga who's like, just because you Prince don't mean I ain't gonna say you had a Game 7, John Stark's Game 7.
Oh my goodness, right?
You built the house.
Prince had some duds, homie. Come on, man. And I'm a big Prince fan. He has some duds.
Right. And see, that's where me and JR got threatened by the whole Mary squad, because a lot of folk believe if you really are a fan of somebody, you
love everything
negative. No. If I'm a fan, I'm gonna hate some stuff.
I'm gonna be honest about it.
I'm gonna be a fan, but here's my thing: if you don't want me to talk shit about you, don't put out subpar shit. It's that simple.
That's it.
It doesn't start with the fans. It starts with the artists. So the artists love to flip it back on us. Well, if y'all diehard fans, no, my nigga, if you make dope shit, I'm rocking with you.
But then again, like I always say, it may be dope to them. It just ain't for us at that time. You know what I mean? They make it. They think it's dope, but it's like it ain't dope to me.
But here's the key. Here's the hard key about that is that do they think it's dope? Because being in this game for so long, I've seen artists blame the label. You know, the label made me do it. It's like the devil made me do it. It's like the old joke with church where they be like, the devil's sitting outside the church crying, and somebody come outside like, what's wrong? They're like, they in there blaming me for everything. Like, damn, I don't do everything. Everything folk do wrong in their life, the devil did not make you do that. You made some fucked up decisions yourself. Point blank, period. So don't try to blame the fan because I don't like Nostradamus. Nas could not have liked Nostradamus. Like, he just couldn't have. I don't know who
man, I heard Talib Kweli talk some stupid foolishness. Y'all just don't understand art and what we go. Man, I know when something whack and when it ain't. So miss me with that.
Yeah. I know what sound good to my ears. Like, ain't.
Nostradamus ain't it. I feel like they're always trying to blame us. Like, for it. And it's like, nah, it's the same thing with marriage. And here's the thing, you can grow as an artist. That's cool. But the same way people can grow apart in a marriage. It doesn't mean that we're going to be together forever. So you're an artist, you have the right to grow. And guess what? When I decide I don't want to be a fan anymore, that's cool. You know what I mean? And I'm checking
Mr. Kanye West.
Yeah, and guess what? You'll get new fans. You know what I mean? You'll get new fans, but don't try to like just throw it on me and now we just totally off topic, but it's all good. Whole nother show. But it's funny because me and my people was talking today about Joel Embiid. Well, let's do this. Let's like kind of salute Saadiq. Saadiq, great producer. Sorry the show got thrown off track. I really would love to get him to watch this and understand the love and the admiration that I have for this dude. We didn't even get into the work that he's doing on a TV show Underground, the music he's doing for Insecure, which is one of the dopest shows on TV right now, and just all the music he's done. It's a salute, my G. To me, you are the dopest producer ever. That's how I feel, and that's it. You know what I mean? JR, what are your thoughts on Saadiq before we dive into a whole nother topic?
I love Saadiq. Saadiq is top 3 for me. I feel like he took over for what Curtis Mayfield. They remind me of each other. And that's what I love about Saadiq. I love Curtis Mayfield for real, but it's like he took over for that. And then like just listen to everything that he's done. His production is amazing. That's why when y'all were saying, all about the, all genres, mine wouldn't change. That's me, you know what I'm saying? So mine, Saadiq is still top 3 for me. He always will be. So that's why I just like his, and like you said, and that's what I like. He can work with so so many different artists and don't have a distinct sound. He's like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yes.
Like you can get with them and they can give you a sound and it's yours. It wasn't like New Edition had the same style as Janet, or Janet didn't have the same thing as what he gave Usher. It's like, if you know what I'm saying, like he just, like Raphael Saadiq just worked with Solange. When you listen to that, I don't, like he did Turning Me Up and Cupid with BJ the Chicago Kid. It don't sound anything like that. They got their own sound, and that's what I like in a producer. At the end of the day, you can work with different artists and give them a sound, and that's what Raphael do. And then when you get his albums, it sounds like nothing that he does with anybody else.
Other people,
so that's what I like Saadiq, and he's soulful as hell, and that's what I like. Saadiq is just epic for me. It's like Tony, then yourself. Great. So that's why he's top 3 for me, and he'll stay there. So,
and I'm glad you brought up that BJ thing, because I think one of the dopest compliments that you can get is when you're sampled by an artist for a song you just did in 2008. Because BJ sampled him for Cupid for the with Kendrick Lamar. That was off of the Way It Is album. You know? So, like you said, and it's funny because you listen to Jay-Z spit over that beat, and to me sounds like trash, and then you hear Kendrick on it, and Kendrick kills that beat. You know what I mean? So just a little something else to think about. What about you, Nick? What are your thoughts on Saadiq and why he's so dope?
I mean, JR touched on most of it. He's a true artist, because you can tell that all of his music comes from the heart. He's not. He never puts out something where it sounds like he needed a check, so he did that. Like it's always pure, honest.
Great point.
You know what I mean? He like for a man to write "Kissing You," it shows you he can touch into that emotional side that most men are too macho to touch into. Because when I found out he wrote that, I say, damn, he wrote that. Because I just figured a woman wrote that song. But for him to be able to go there and write that hit song for those 3 young ladies just shows you the range that he has. And I mean, like overall, he's gonna be top 10 for me because I love him. Like I'm anything he, like I said, he's one of those producers. If I see his name on the project, I'm gonna check for it. Whether I like the artist or not, I want to hear what he did on the project. So nothing but respect and love. And
you know what, Vern, I'm gonna get to you, but I want to think about what Nick just said right there. When you said once you see his name, and I think for me, what I was trying to say earlier and what I explained to Ev was that when I'm talking about ever for me, it's the same way. And y'all know me, I'm a marriage coach, so a lot of all my analogies are in sports and marriage. The woman that's for me ain't the woman for JR. It's not the woman. It's not the woman for Vern. You know what I mean? It's just not. Like, we have our own thing. So, you know, for me, I'm looking at that time span. You know, you're right. Is there any way that you know, Saadiq's music has had the impression that Stevie? Hell no. I wouldn't even say that. But for me, that's not the top criteria. Like, you know,
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
that's not my type 10. That's not my number one. Maybe that's Ev. Maybe that's, you know, Vern's. It's not mine. Mine is the time. Mine is the time when, like, I
got what you're saying. Like, you saying he stayed consistent. Like, there's no fall off. You can't be like, he fell off. His time passed.
But I bet you Prince and Stevie will tip their cat to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's probably already have. I
think y'all was just getting into the favorite and the best thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have your favorite, but it might not be the best, and that's
you know what it is too. It also goes back to, like I said to Ev, like at 43, I'm too old to argue with niggas about you think Nas is better than Jay. I did that shit in my 20s when I had. At this time and point in my life, I'm just like, Vern could say nice. Fucking Smooth B is the dopest MC. I'd say I disagree, but where I'm at 43, I'm more interested into why is he your number one MC? I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not here to shift your way of thinking. I'm just interested. Like, wow, Smooth B? Okay, we'll break down why.
Right.
Where I'm at. That's where this show is at. Like, it's not no back and forth, or I gotta prove it. Well, let me ask the people on the panel. It don't matter if nobody. Raphael Saadiq can say I don't agree with this nigga. It doesn't matter.
You say Smooth B. You say Greg Nice now. I can't. Greg Nice is the one rapper. Anytime I hear his verse, I'ma smile. I'ma always smile when I hear Greg Nice rap. Right. That's why he's one of my favorites.
Right, but that's to me where I'm talking about. For my number one is time, and like you said, he's never fallen off. he's the one person who, if I, like you said, Nick, if it said produced by Raphael Saadiq from 1988 to 2017, I'm checking for it.
Yes, sir.
Okay? I haven't checked for a Prince album in damn near over 10 years. And I'm still a fan. You know, I haven't checked for a Stevie album in over 20 years. I'm still a fan. Trust me, when people go to see Stevie Wonder, they don't want to hear shit from 1984.
It's their 70s.
They want to hear from 84 and back. So nobody, James, God bless the dead, was still alive. Don't nobody want to hear James's catalog from 78 on. They want to hear from 74 back. So what I'm saying with Saadiq is you will want to hear everything. You will want to hear Just Me and You, Tony Toni kissing. You would want to hear the whole 30-year span. So that's what I'm saying. For me, there's not another producer that has been able to stay that consistent throughout all these years. Whether you put out 100 albums a year, whether you, Sade, and you put out 4 albums every decade, it doesn't matter to me. That dude is consistent, and that to me is why. There was a time where if it said produced by Primo, it didn't matter. When they sent me the All City vinyl in the mail, I ain't never heard of All City. I saw produced by Primo, I threw it on. Same thing with Screwball. I ain't never heard of Screwball from Queensbridge. It said produced by Primo, I threw it on. Send me something right now to say produced by Primo and see if that I'm throwing that shit on 8. It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Whereas with Saadiq, it's always gonna be that way. My bad, Vern. What is the things that you love about Saadiq?
I love, well, like I said before, his quirky lyrics, man. I'm coming home to you. Please wear something see-through so I can see your heart. That is dope to me. His range, like I said, his musicality, and I'm gonna just back up everything y'all said. Tony Toni Tone, The Mighty Clouds of Joy, Craig Mack, Loonies, Styx, The Bee Gees, Roots, D'Angelo, Mary J. Blige, Whitney, Q-Tip, Lucy Pearl.
Feel it. You better listen. Go off.
Floetry, Jill Scott, Angie Stone, Music, Solange, Snoop, Bilal, TLC, Anthony Hamilton, the Isley Brothers, Earth, Wind and Fire, Josh Stone, John Legend, Kelly Price. I mean, how many years did that spread out over every genre?
Hello.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and I mean,
he's a bad man.
Y'all can already see from the passion of me arguing over it is that, I mean, exactly like Vern just said, you're not going to find a producer who is going to be able to make great music across that many genres. And we can, I mean, you know, albums are all opinions. You know, actually, Stone Rollin' is my favorite Raphael album. It's like either that and Instant Vintage is right there. I love the last album. You know what I mean?
No,
but
it's not a dud at all.
Yeah. I mean, but I get it. I get it.
It's not a dud.
You know, those are the opinions, and y'all all know me. I don't argue opinions. I argue facts, and the facts is what Vern just said. The facts is that you've been able to touch and make great music, because for somebody else, maybe it's like, we'll kill you bugging because he don't got enough #1 hits. Well, that doesn't matter to me. You know, Dylan didn't have no #1 hits.
Exactly.
You know, Ed was bringing up Billboard. I don't give a fuck about Billboard.
Come on,
like, that don't matter to me.
Yeah, Billboard.
But you can't have wait. 1 minute is you care about Billboard, but then you don't care about the Grammy he just won.
Right.
You know what I mean? So which one is it? So for me, it's that time span to just say, and all this music is timeless. If you've ever been to a Saadiq show and you actually, you know, especially when the encore comes on and he does a lot of the other songs he did for other people, like, you're talking about somebody whose music is timeless. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of artists out there that are great producers, and I can't sit back and necessarily say that their music is timeless, or that their music brings a smile to my face, or the way Nick and Vern was talking about the Sons of Soul album and things like that. Like, you know, so to me, like I said it, y'all can call me crazy, y'all can tweet me, I don't care, whatever it is. You know, like I said, I'm dropping my Conductor mixtape. It's over 2.5 hours, just full of Raphael Saadiq bangers that he produced, and I still left off, like, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because I still left off so much other music. You know what I mean?
Miguel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
That's right.
Exactly. And then when you really start to think about it, this dude gave D'Angelo his 2 biggest hits. Like, so again, people will try
Lady and Untitled.
He don't give hits. Well, Lady and Untitled were kind of big. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, D'Angelo won a Grammy for Voodoo. So, you know what I mean? Like, Bilal, Soul Sister, like, that's his biggest hit, you know? So, this dude is giving some bangers out to some people. So, that's that. But going back to what we were talking about a little bit later, with the fans and everything, and how we how artists like Talib will say that. Me and my people was talking about Joel Embiid today, and y'all heard that he's really not healthy yet. So
I think he'll be healthy.
Yeah, my thing for the Sixers is let them go. Like, and I'm arguing with my boys in this group text today, and they're like, nah, you know, we invested too much time. And I'm like, see, that's where niggas go wrong. That's where niggas go wrong. That niggas get married because we invested too much time.
Gotta cut your losses, man.
Yeah, you can leave. You can leave. But as soon as my dude said that, like I said, it's always marriage, sports, and hip hop. I'm like, that's how dudes end up in dead in marriages, because it's like, well, we invested so much time, you know, so we want to see him walk away. But it's like, yeah, if he can't play, this dude has been injured since he was at Kansas. That's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm a big Maya Angelou fan. I believe in when she said, when people show you who they are, believe them. He's
injury prone.
Paying $100 million to a dude who may never play a full season. They still talking about him being on minutes restrictions. I'm not paying $100 million to somebody on minutes restrictions. You know what I mean? In hopes. See, I'm not a hopeful dude like that. In hopes that he'll get better. You know what I mean? But just bringing that into the whole thing of just, if artists put out doper music, you know, you can't always blame the fans for giving up hope. For saying, yo, I'm not feeling you no more. Like, to me, Common is one of my favorite MCs. Do I ever need to get another Common album again?
Nope.
I'm good.
Okay, the last one was solid. I'll be the only one to say that.
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling it. Like, I'm good with Common. Like, I'm just calm. Just go act. Just go
you can though.
It's the same role.
That's the problem. Right. But I'm just like, push all the chips in. And JR said one of the most things that changed my perspective on a lot of old school artists. Some people just need to tour. Everybody doesn't need to make new albums. Let's go out there and tour, because, like I said, the majority of the people don't want to hear your new shit. They
not at all. Yep, Frankie Beverly, I don't want to hear your joint.
Exactly.
Right.
You said the right name.
It told people I'm only doing songs from a squared circle on. I mean, people would still buy tickets. Here we go with hopeful niggas again, in hopes that
he'll play something for Intervisions.
Yeah, in hope that he would go back and do something off songs Key of Life. But trust me, if he told you I'm only doing songs, you know, in squared circle, and he meant that, and word got around, them tickets gonna start drying up. So, hey, man, you know what I mean?
Y'all ever heard of Douglas Miller? He's a gospel singer. He had a song, "My Soul Is Anchored in the Lord." So he came to my church years ago. I want to put out, you know, play some of my new stuff. And we was like, man, if you don't play "My Soul Is Anchored in the Lord,"
you don't play that hit.
You better play that hit. We don't want to hear nothing, dude. Like, we here, let's keep it funky. I mean, let's keep it funky. You know, JR, you know all the threats we got for that Mary show, you know. But it was just funny to me, because it's just like, yo, these people, you know, almost, I feel like, take the word fan and literally make it like you're a follower. Like, you know, like it's literally like I'm online, like I'm pledging to be in the Mary school. Like, y'all really take this, the Beehive and the Rihannas, what's that?
The Navy or whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever. Like, they really take this stuff so serious that if you even remotely utter, like, Nick, you see how much Jay slander I get, and I'm like, he's my number 2 of all time. Like, how do you slander somebody who's saying Jay is the second best MC
of all time?
And y'all like, oh, you hating on him? How? He's number 2. Like, but with these folk, if you don't say they number 1 and they've never done anything
nothing bad,
then you not a real fan. And to me, I don't ever think I'm on crack. I think those are the people who are on crack, when you can't sit back and be like, nah, you know what I mean? And the part about it is, that's how the game continues to get messed up, because people don't tell people stuff is whack. I see this all the time. I'm sorry, y'all, to show all over the place tonight. This is what it does. I see women all the time look at a picture on Facebook, be like, what the fuck is this bitch got on? And it'd be like, but you look good, girl. Like, I'm like, no, tell her she look bad. Like, this is the reason she's dressing like this, because y'all on Facebook liking it and Instagram. Yo, I've literally seen women done that. Like, yo, her hair looks like crap. You look good, girl. No, I'm not saying you gotta be like you look like crap or hit the dislike button, but don't say nothing. But And that's the problem, because so people think, oh, I look good, so I'll keep wearing this style. You know, oh, my boys is telling me this album sounds good, so let me put it out. You know, like, no, it's whack. Stop it. And that's what keeps women looking whack, and that's what keeps hip hop whack, is people saying stuff is dope when it really isn't.
Yep, I agree with that.
All right, JL, for real. Give them all your stuff.
Just check out Junior's World of Soul. I'm doing current R&B bangers. Also, my Tony Toni Tone video I did was dope. And then I'm doing Flashback Friday, so check it out. Got some podcasts in the mix that I want to add to Junior's World of Soul as well. You know, doing one with Sin, so that should be dope. So look out for that. Yeah. Trying to do an R&B podcast, so I'm trying to get that up.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. Yo, real quick, what's at least 2 of your R&B bangers right now?
Right now, who am I rocking to? Because I just did a video on Stack, so that's where my mind is at. Yeah.
Put that link out there. You got a Stacks video?
I literally just did it yesterday, so I'm putting out the video tomorrow morning. Shoot, who am I banging right now? Shit. Damn. Kill. Shit. Who am I banging? Go through my phone for a second. Who am I banging? Who's this? Ain't nobody really came out with nothing. I'm rocking to her. Illy Ingram, rocking to her. She's a UK artist. Okay. She just came out. I'm rocking to Selena Johnson, just released a new joint. Lettucey is coming out tonight at 12. Her shit is going to be a classic, yo. Hands down. So that's what I'm rocking with right now.
So I'll be checking that out.
Yes, sir. So those are I'm checking out right now.
All right, no doubt, Nick. Give them all your info, bro.
Only one way to win. 79 on Twitter. 14 Karat Gold Slum Computer Wizard on Instagram.
All right. Vern, give them all your stuff, good brother.
Twitter at VChandler10 and Instagram VEChandler10.
All right, F. Twitter info, bro.
You want my Instagram? my Twitter? Here we go. I'm ready now. I ain't been ready before, but today I'm ready. My Twitter is Mental151.
What is that again?
And my Instagram, I think it's the same thing. Mental, MENTAL. Okay. 151. And my Instagram is the same thing. MENTAL.
Okay, so on Instagram too. I'm gonna have to look you up on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm about to start Instagram. It ain't too much up there, but I'm working on it. You'll see more beef between me and Kill on Twitter. It's coming. It's coming.
It's always y'all already know what it is with me, Kill 889, Twitter and Instagram. We'll make beats for food, man. I'll check y'all next week, man.
Yes, sir.
Peace.